We often talk about the latest CPUs, graphics cards, and SSDs. But there's one crucial component that often gets overlooked: the BIOS or UEFI. Today, we're busting some common myths about PC BIOS updates. We'll dive into why keeping your BIOS up to date can be a game changer for your system's stability, security, compatibility, and performance. If you've ever hesitated before clicking that Update BIOS button, this video is for you. Let's get to it. Let's kick things off with a big one. The idea that BIOS updates are for fixing bugs. While bug fixing is a major component, it's not the reason for a BIOS update. Think of your motherboard's BIOS as its foundational operating system. Just like Windows or macOS get updates that introduce new features, your BIOS does too. One significant feature addition through a BIOS update is support for new generations of CPUs. A subsequent BIOS update could add compatibility for newer CPUs, extending the lifespan of your existing board. BIOS updates can also improve compatibility with newer, faster RAM modules and NVMe SSDs. They can unlock new capabilities like resizable bar, providing a noticeable performance uplift in games. Manufacturers sometimes use BIOS updates to refine the user interface, making it more intuitive to navigate. Microcode updates for your CPU, often bundled into BIOS revisions, can optimize how your processor operates. Platform-level enhancements can improve the overall stability of PCIe lanes and power delivery. As new technologies emerge, the BIOS needs to adapt to keep everything running smoothly. So, when you see a new BIOS update, don't assume it's a minor patch. It could be packed with new CPU support, enhanced memory compatibility, and performance-boosting features. Dismissing BIOS updates as mere bug-fix dispensers is doing them, and your PC, a serious disservice. They are often comprehensive upgrades that can breathe new life into your system. It's about evolution, not just remediation. So, myth number 1, thoroughly busted. Let's tackle the scariest myth: the idea that updating your BIOS is super risky and can brick your PC. Back in the day, this was a significant concern. The flashing process was less refined, and power stability could be an issue. If something went wrong mid-update, you could end up with a non-functional motherboard. However, today, motherboard manufacturers have made this process significantly safer. One of the biggest game changers has been dual BIOS technology. Many motherboards now come equipped with 2 BIOS chips, a main BIOS chip and a backup BIOS chip. If the update process on the main BIOS chip fails, the system can switch to the backup BIOS chip. Another fantastic innovation is BIOS flashback, allowing you to update the BIOS even without a CPU or RAM installed. Modern BIOS flashing utilities have built-in safeguards, performing integrity checks on the BIOS file before starting the flashing process. While it's not 100% risk-free, the likelihood of bricking a modern motherboard is dramatically lower than it used to be. To minimize any residual risk, follow best practices. Download the BIOS file from the official manufacturer's website, double-check the model and revision number, use a reliable USB stick, and avoid updating during a thunderstorm. The fear of bricking your PC was once a legitimate concern, but it's largely been mitigated by technological advancements. Features like dual BIOS, BIOS flashback, and improved flashing utilities have created robust safety nets. The risk is still there, but it's far outweighed by the benefits of an updated BIOS. Don't let outdated fears prevent you from keeping your system optimized. This next myth is a classic case of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Many people think, my computer boots up, my games run, my applications work, so why bother touching the BIOS? However, the concept of working fine can be deceptive. Your system might appear to be running smoothly, but there could be underlying inefficiencies or unpatched security vulnerabilities. A BIOS update isn't always about fixing a glaring problem, it's often about proactive improvement. BIOS updates frequently include improved memory compatibility and stability. They can fine-tune power delivery parameters, leading to a more robust system. Stability improvements can be subtle but contribute to a smoother computing experience. Now let's talk about security. The BIOS UEFI firmware is a prime target for sophisticated malware. Manufacturers and CPU vendors regularly discover and patch security vulnerabilities in firmware. These patches are rolled out through BIOS updates. Running an outdated BIOS could mean your system is exposed to known exploits. Think of it like your operating system or web browser. You install security updates for those all the time. Your BIOS is no different. It needs to be kept up to date to protect against the latest threats. Sometimes BIOS updates address compatibility issues with new operating system versions. Staying current can prevent future headaches and ensure a smoother transition when you update your OS. The "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" mentality is often short-sighted when it comes to BIOS updates. You might be missing out on subtle stability enhancements or leaving your system vulnerable to security threats. Proactive maintenance is key. Updating your BIOS is a preventative measure that can enhance long-term stability and security. So this myth, definitely one to forget. This myth discourages people from reaping the benefits of an up-to-date BIOS. The perception is that updating the BIOS is reserved only for hardcore enthusiasts or IT professionals. Historically, there was some truth to that. The process used to be more arcane. However, the landscape has changed dramatically. Motherboard manufacturers have made the BIOS update process far more accessible and user-friendly. One significant improvement is the development of easy-to-use flashing utilities that can be run directly from within your Windows operating system. Many manufacturers now provide downloadable software that can automatically detect your motherboard model, find the latest compatible BIOS version, download it, and guide you through the update process. Even if you prefer not to use a Windows-based utility, updating directly from within the UEFI BIOS itself has become incredibly straightforward. Modern UEFI interfaces are graphical, mouse-driven, and much more intuitive. Most will have a built-in flashing tool. Manufacturers usually provide detailed step-by-step instructions on their support websites. If you can follow a recipe or assemble flat-pack furniture, you can likely follow these instructions. The technical skill required has been significantly lowered. The tools are designed to be more forgiving and to guide the user. The fear often comes from the unknown and the perceived complexity. But once you see how a modern BIOS update utility works, it becomes much less daunting. The notion that BIOS updates are strictly for tech gurus is outdated. Manufacturers want you to keep your system updated, so they've made it easier to do so. Many people believe that BIOS updates offer little to nothing in terms of actual system performance. While it's true that a BIOS update won't suddenly turn your Core i3 into a Core i9, dismissing any performance impact is a mistake. One direct way a BIOS update can impact performance is through CPU microcode updates. These updates can optimize instruction handling, improve cache performance, or fine-tune the CPU's boosting algorithms and power management. BIOS updates frequently bring improved compatibility and stability for RAM. An update might allow your RAM to run stably at its advertised high speeds, or tighten subtimings for better overall memory bandwidth and latency. A tangible example of a BIOS update delivering a performance boost was the rollout of resizable bar. This feature allows the CPU to access the entire GPU frame buffer at once, providing noticeable frame rate improvements in many games. Optimizations for storage devices can also come via BIOS updates. This could manifest as faster boot times or better handling of PCIe lanes dedicated to storage. Support for newer hardware often comes exclusively through BIOS updates. Better power management, often refined in BIOS updates, can lead to improved sustained performance. If the BIOS can more effectively manage power delivery, it can help prevent thermal throttling. Users report specific, measurable performance improvements after a BIOS update. It's not always a guarantee, but the potential is definitely there. Dismissing BIOS updates as irrelevant to performance means you might be leaving potential optimizations on the table. Through CPU microcode updates, enhanced memory support, enabling new performance-centric features, optimizing storage, and refining power management, BIOS updates can contribute to a faster, more responsive system. It's about ensuring all your components are working together as efficiently as possible. Sometimes a new conductor can make the whole ensemble sound significantly better. So myth number 5, that BIOS updates don't improve performance is well and truly busted. So there you have it, folks. 5 myths about BIOS updates that you should definitely forget about. We've seen that BIOS updates are far more than just bug fixes. They can introduce new features, enhance hardware compatibility, and significantly improve system stability and security. Keeping your BIOS current is a key part of good system maintenance. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more tech content. Let us know in the comments if you have any other BIOS questions, or if there are other tech myths you'd like us to tackle. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.